How much can happen in 150 years? The short answer is a lot, but the short answer does not do justice to all the things that God has accomplished in our church and in the lives of many in our community. The history of Pleasant Ridge Baptist Church tells the history of God's faithfulness and His provisions, and it's therefore a good and fitting thing for us to reflect on what God has done here for the past 150 years. Over the next several weeks, some of our members are going to tell their stories of Pleasant Ridge Baptist Church. And in those stories, you'll hear how God has used our church to impact the lives of many individuals. Remembering the past is critical for us to know how to live in the future. Scripture itself provides examples for how the people of the Old Testament would remember what God has instructed them, or to remember things that were significant in the past that would motivate them to live for God in the future. Similarly, in the New Testament, Jesus, when He institutes the Lord's Supper, instructs us to do so in remembrance of Him. Remembering is a powerful means for us to be motivated to live for God's glory in the future. Therefore, we do well to remember the past in order to live for God's glory in the future. While hearing stories from our members about the past and hearing how Pleasant Ridge has impacted them is a very important means for us to know how to live for God in the future, we also want to utilize the celebration day to commemorate God's faithfulness in a new and unique way. On May the 4th, 2025, we will gather and celebrate our church's 150th anniversary. And to do that, we are going to unveil a brand new church sign. The sign will be built utilizing some of the brick that came from the north wing. This will help us to accomplish our task, to celebrate the past, rejoice in the present, and embrace the future. God's blessing on our church for the past 150 years is a story worth telling. But God's plans for us in the future will depend on our faithfulness in service to Him. Let us be found faithful, remembering the past, but also living for God's glory for another 150 years. God bless.